The opening round continues despite it being a Friday morning at Augusta National Golf Club in Augusta, Georgia. The 88th playing of the Masters here in 2024. We recap what we saw in the opening 18 holes for some of the best in golf, with the rest of the field finishing off their opening 18 holes on this morning, including one known as Eldrick. That would be Tiger Woods. On the course, did bogey his opening hole of this first round Friday here to start things off. He's got 5 more, at least where he finished last night, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Tiger did make bogey on his opening hole of this day. That would be the 14th. He is now back to even par. I've got the Masters up live right here. I'm sweating out a bet. I need 2 more birdies from the Big Cat. But if you want live play-by-play coverage of what we are seeing at the 2024 Masters, Sirius XM is the only place on radio to hear golf's most prestigious event, the Masters. Hear shot-by-shot coverage of the Masters live from Augusta National Golf Club on Masters Radio. That's Sirius XM channel 92. Sirius XM 92 in the car and on an all-new Sirius XM app. So for most of the field, they have completed round number 1. We will try to get in as many holes as we can today in round number 2. And off to the start for his lead, that's Bryson DeChambeau. 7 under par yesterday, DRS, a 65 in his opening round at Augusta.
Yeah, he was absolutely tremendous yesterday. It's one of those guys that, I was sort of fiddling around because his odds were so long to start the tournament. If you use some of those boosts out there, you're looking at saying like, wow, that is incredible payday. But then you try to say to yourself, well, does this golf course really fit Bryson DeChambeau to a tee? Which means he's so long off the tee, he only cares about that. But again, when you're looking at the Masters, it's about ball placement and where you're going to hit your second shots and your approaches into the greens. He was sensational yesterday across the board. And as we started off the show talking about the Masters, it's very important that when the conditions are there to score, that you actually go very low, because that can buoy you on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, where let's just say you're 3 shots ahead of a guy that's playing well, but he didn't get off to that great start here, and those conditions get harder and harder. It'll be very interesting to see what he does on day number 2, because what we're anticipating is not another guy to go 7 under today when the conditions might be a little bit tougher than what we saw yesterday, with the greens being a little bit soaked here, so you can get close to the pin at that point. I want to see how he does today overall, but thoroughly impressed yesterday. I didn't see that coming as a first-round leader for him.
Part of the conversation about the weather that we had in the forecast was the rain that we expected early on Thursday, delaying the start. But we thought maybe we'd start at 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern yesterday at Augusta. We got going at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. So not nearly as much of a downpour as they expected at the Masters. But because of the soft greens earlier in the day, as the wind was not whipping quite like we saw late in the afternoon into the early evening hours, it was better scoring conditions. Bryson DeChambeau takes advantage. You want to know my number 1 thought yesterday, DRS, watching the opening round at Augusta? Why did I simply not bet Scottie Scheffler? Why did I not bet the best golfer in the world? And at this moment, it is not even close, because we knew he was going to be there. We knew the 4-1 price, which was half the field and then some for every other golfer, all 88 of them behind Scottie Scheffler at this 2024 Masters. We knew it was a ridiculous price. We made the comparisons to Connecticut, but UConn won a second consecutive national championship. That was my number 1 thought. Why did I not take my boost on Scottie Scheffler and just bet him to win it outright? Because I knew the ticket would be in consideration well into Saturday and, of course, more than likely into Sunday as well.
Yeah, and I believe it was on 12 where he had that chip in from the sand. It's like, oh, boy, he's going to kick it in high gear. And he certainly did at that point, because you wake up this morning and you say to yourself, when is the time I should jump in? Because we had these several conversations about UConn, you're right, where they're winning a game, they're winning another game, they're winning another game. Well, if I didn't take it at plus 350, I'm certainly not taking it at plus 180. And then it's plus 135. Then it's minus money for Connecticut to win. And you knew they were the best team, but you still did not want to push the trigger to bet them. Well, this morning when you wake up, when you said 4-1 or plus 450 was not a great price. Scottie Scheffler's not even in first place in the Masters. He's a plus 135 as you wake up this morning on the FanDuel Sportsbook. So again, you enter that conversation watching what you did yesterday. He's the best golfer in the world. You know he's going to be there late on Sunday. It's still plus money. Why don't you jump in now and then you wait to the end of the day and Scotty Scheffler's in first place and he's a minus 100, let's say a minus 130, then to win the Masters, and you rinse and repeat and say, well, that price isn't very good. I'm not going to take that. Then it goes to minus 330, minus 400, minus 1,000. You get the picture, guys. If you want Scheffler right now, he's still plus money. Go out and take him. Don't be disappointed.
I probably am going to do just that. Scotty tees off in his second round later this afternoon around 1:48 p.m. Eastern time alongside Rory McIlroy. To Donnie's point, Scotty Scheffler is one back of Bryson DeChambeau and yet still has seen his very short pre-tournament number become even shorter by over $2.50 from 4-1 pre-tournament to currently plus 140. He remains the favorite. Bryson DeChambeau's number plus 550. He was 35-1 before this tournament got underway. Interesting movement against Rory McIlroy. He has been disastrous to start the last few years at Augusta. He is looking to round out the career Grand Slam. He has never won a green jacket. 1 under par, pretty steady opening round yesterday, and yet we have seen $8 added on to his price. I think there's value there as well at 18-1 for Rory.
There's a long way to go. That's what we have to remember. And the one thing that also always creeps into it, there's not like a limit on the hole, Ben. Like, well, you can only bogey, so how many shots can you make up? We've seen it in the past. I mean, you dump one in the drink, double and triple bogey, you stumble right back to the field. And we're not saying that Scotty Scheffler or Bryson DeChambeau are going to do that, but that's the great thing about golf. There's no limit to how well you can score and also how well you can double and triple bogey holes. So if you're looking for value and you liked Rory to start the tournament, he wasn't bad opening day, and there's still 3 rounds to go at this point, and a lot of things can change. It seems like a great price. It's almost the opposite of you saying, like, look, you wanted Scheffler, now the price is ridiculous. Well, if you wanted Rory, it's probably even more enticing to get in on day 2, knowing how long a tournament this is and how much pressure comes on the weekend.
Yeah, it's a really good point as well. Reigning green jacket winner, that would be John Rahm. Not a good back 9, 3 over par 39. Bogeyed both 17 and 18 in his closing 2 holes yesterday. He's 1 over after his opening 18 holes. His 11-1 price, third best pre-tournament, now 60-1. Max Homa on the course right now, playing alongside the big cat, that is Tiger Woods, 4 under par. He now has a 12-1 number, live outright, third best, now 14-1 as these odds continue to adjust. Joaquin Niemann, a good start as well, DRS. He is 30-1 at this moment. Now, the Tiger Woods conversation. Cash that promo, Donnie right side. 1 under par in his opening 3 holes. He birdied his opening hole at Augusta. Or maybe, did he birdie 1? Yeah, right?
He birdied one
yesterday.
My handicap was, can you just par the first hole, because the second hole here is the par 5, and he did the opposite yesterday. Gets out with the birdie on a tough hole to start here, and then he actually parred the second hole. But once he got that birdie, you knew you were in shape there. That was a great bet yesterday because you knew you'd get the best of Tiger right out of the gate. I actually thought you were saying that you were cashing a ticket here because Tiger went back-to-back birdies here in his round number 1. So we're still cheering that one on to see if it happens. But some time for him to go, and let's see if he can cash in. But Tiger, hey, did everybody well yesterday on the FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm pretty sure a lot of people took that, and they paid out well at the FanDuel Sportsbook.
We got it live right here as we are looking at things. And again, that live play-by-play, shot-by-shot cover. I know, come on. It's like bracket central here live.
Yeah.
A good drive, though, for Tiger Woods on the 15th hole. That's a par 5, the final of the 4 that we see at Augusta. You got to take advantage if you want to go low on those par 5s, as Tiger has throughout his career. This is 26th start in his Masters tournament history. He is looking to make his 24th consecutive cut. That would be an all-time record at the Masters. 1 under through his first 13 holes yesterday. Did bogey 14, his first hole of this second day of his first round. 90-1 to win his green jacket. That would be number 6 in his career. Plenty more updates coming around the Masters. We'll tell you how Tiger Woods is performing on this Friday.